All right, I want to thank our two speakers today, Samantha Kerkman and Matoska-Mentink. They are both running for county executive. The election is April 5th. Don't forget to vote. We're going to have Samantha. I did a drawing. Samantha came first, so Samantha is going to come up. She's going to speak about 5 to 7 minutes. We're going to have a break so that we can separate the videos, and then Becky will come up and speak, and then we will have just a few minutes for a question and answer. So please welcome Samantha Kerkman.
Well, thanks, Guida, and it's great to be back here. Last month, the Valentine really set the bar high, and I know Guida treated my boys with some fun Valentines. So again, it's great to be back here and seeing everybody here today and talk about the race for Kenosha County Exec. A lot of folks have been asking me why I'm running for Kenosha County Exec, and I love Kenosha County. Kenosha County is the gateway to Wisconsin, and we are situated between Milwaukee and Chicago, and we have a lot to offer here. I would like to continue the good work that I've been able to do over the last 22 years as your state representative for Western Kenosha County. We have a lot of great things, and I've been talking to a lot of people. I've done over 1,000 doors already in the last few months, so I've been getting my steps in every single day. And when I've been out talking to people, the number one thing that people have been talking to me about is public safety. They're very concerned about public safety. We're just sitting at the table talking to Dee. And, you know, as the county exec, how does that impact you and how can we work together? And this is where, you know, it is important, the relationships between the county exec, the sheriff, and our local law enforcement is critical. We're also going to have some changes coming in the next few months because we have a race for sheriff going on. And as I've been talking to those candidates, I've been sharing with people about the thoughts about how can we work together. There is a joint services, and the county exec gets to appoint people to that board, and making sure that there is a representation from the entire county on the joint services board to me is very, very important. And who and how we work together with our the LEPC and how those, which is the Local Emergency Planning Committee, how the county exec puts together and runs that. Because when things happen, like a tornado or the civil unrest, it is the people that, the first responders, and how they interact between the county and our law enforcement that is so critical to keeping public safety in our county. The next thing that people have been talking to me about is our infrastructure and our workforce. Kind of goes hand in hand. We have a lot of roads that are county roads throughout the area, and how our state roads intersect with our county roads. For instance, last summer, who had trouble getting around Kenosha County? Raise your hand. All right. And we have Highway 50 that was under construction, is still under construction today, but we also had 142. We had 60th Street as well. So we had a lot of infrastructure that was under construction, and people were talking to me about how to get around and those types of things. I would like to coordinate better between this federal, state, and local when it comes to our county roads. And how can we have things run smoother, and so that we have a better plan going forward, and we look at the roads that we have and doing a better job of trying to coordinate when projects should be done. With regards to workforce, I don't know, you can't go to any place in Kenosha County and see we're hiring sign. And this is a multifaceted thing. It's not one problem one solution that will fix the entire problem. But we need to do and work together with regards to our business community, bringing in CAVA, the Twin Lakes Chamber, and other partners together to sit down and talk about what type of workforce and how can we find the people here in our county. Because if we get the workforce, we need housing. So those things go synonymous with one another, and how can we work together to find opportunities for housing in our entire county. I mean, it is challenging when I talk to constituents of mine who, you know, might have bad credit. And one of the things that I would like to do is put a dashboard. I have it available for many different things, but one of the things is housing. Because when people have contacted me, they have they have gone through Zillow and they have gone through every opportunity. They've talked to their friends and neighbors, and they're looking for housing. So, for instance, my office reached out to a couple different, with one particular constituent who had some troubles with their credit. And we were able to get them connected with a resource to find some housing for this family. So that's another big issue that I've been hearing about. So again, I wanted to come and talk a little bit more, and then the final thing is human services. So the county's budget is $300 million. The largest portion of the budget is human services. We spend about $100 million on that. Most of those dollars come from federal and state sources, not necessarily off the county levy. Brookside's budget is $21 million. People keep asking me about Brookside. Brookside's budget is about $21 million, and we need to keep that asset here in Kenosha County and work together with the director and with the staff to really make sure that it continues to be the wonderful award-winning facility that we have here in our county. I'll tell you, if my parents needed services at Brookside, I would like them to get into that facility because I've heard from several people how wonderful the facility is. So with that, I will turn it over and let Guida come up and switch it out. I know we're doing questions at the end here.
Okay, I would like to introduce Rebecca Matoska-Mentink to share her vision for Kenosha County Executive.
Good afternoon. It's so great seeing you all again. I appreciate the time and energy that all of you devote to our community here. My name is Rebecca Matoska-Mentink, and I'm running to be your next Kenosha County Executive. I'm currently your Clerk of Circuit Court, but I began my path here in Kenosha County back in 1998 in the Human Services Department as an entry-level child support worker. I was able to advance my way through the ranks, and about 5 years later, I became the manager of the District Attorney's Office. And about 5 years after that, the position of Clerk of Circuit Court Gail Gens was retiring, and I put my hat in the ring for that, and I've been your elected Clerk of Court for Kenosha County for the last 16 years. A couple people today asked, what does a Clerk of Court do? And it's second nature to me, so I always have to struggle with that. Okay, well, I run the budget. Okay, we have a $5 million budget that includes revenues and expenditures, a lot of staffing in there. I have a staff of 40 people, and we do that with 2 managers, and so that's a staff ratio of 20-1, and that's pretty significant. So we're very hands-on and involved in the day-to-day activities there. I do the records management, I run our jury management system, and I collaborate with all of the county departments in addition to our 8 elected circuit court judges. And that collaboration is key in making sure that our justice system progresses very efficiently. Last, I'm accountable to all of our court users, defendants, litigants, people like you, just people who aren't always on having their best day when they come into the court system. So we try to make that experience as positive as possible. The other part of my duties while I've been involved in Kenosha County government is transition. When I was in the Child Support Agency, we transitioned management staff. I saw coworkers come and go, part of our project team people come and go as the projects changed and altered. And in the district attorney's office, we had new assistant district attorneys on that we had to transition in along with some of my staff. We had very low staff, clerical staff turnover while I was there. I was very fortunate for that. But I also transitioned from one district attorney to another district attorney, from Bob Jamboys, who retired, to Bob Zaff, who was appointed and then elected. And that transition was key. While in the Clerk of Court's office, not only have I transitioned in a new branch of Circuit Court, I've also transitioned out retiring judges and newly elected judges. But I've also transitioned my management team along with our general staff too. That transition is key in county government because, as you can tell, with a staff of 1,400 in Kenosha County, those transitions come and go. So transition skills are very important there. The duties of the county executive are outlined in Wisconsin statutes, and the primary ones are coordination and administration of county offices. And I've been doing that. I've been a key part of that for the last 20 years. So I too, like Samantha, have been reaching out to our constituents here, and we're on the same page. Our visions are very similar. Community safety is key. People need to feel safe, the businesses need to feel safe, and it all impacts so that we have a healthy Kenosha County. Community safety's always been a priority. I work daily with our Sheriff's Department and courthouse security. I'm a member of the Pleasant Prairie Police and Fire Commission, and part of my primary priority in that role is to ensure that our staff have our departments, our community has the staff and the resources and proper training to enhance that level of safety. I was named the DARE Patron of the Year, and that's my level of involvement with our community safety. It goes deep. It's just not something that I take lightly. I've also received endorsements from our Kenosha Fire Department, Local 414, and I couldn't have been prouder to receive that. Our county also has a AAA bond rating. County Executive Cruiser, during the course of his tenure, has worked very diligently and hard with so many departments, the county board, our finance department, local resources, CABA, and the community in obtaining that. And that's so important to the economic prosperity of our community. And that's going to be my primary goal, is to ensure that we don't lose that. Employment. Again, you can't go any place in Kenosha County without finding help wanted plans. I'm on the Gateway Technical College Board of Trustees, and I've seen the role that they're playing in ensuring that we have proper training and new programs, working with community businesses to find out what their needs are and attracting, retaining, and advancing their level of employees. On a personal level, I was born and raised here, raised my family here. I have 2 children, Tony and Chrissy. I have a grandson and a new one on the way in July, so it's exciting times for me here. I was educated here. I went to Parkside, received my bachelor's degree. I have my master's degree. I love Kenosha County too, and I'm just so happy that we have 2 very good, positive candidates who are going to move Kenosha County forward, but I hope I've earned your support here. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions?
You usually have a question to say.
I don't. It's an off day for me. No questions at all.
So I'll ask a question.
Thank you.
Since I'm new here, it's my first meeting, I guess, when you're newbies. Both of you ladies, first of all, I'm honored that we have 2 women that are running for this. This is just awesome. But my question is just a simple, why? Why do you want to do this job?
I love Kenosha County. I'm committed to Kenosha County government. I've been doing this for 20 years, and I started out at an entry level and have just continued the progression. County Executive Jim Cruiser is retiring, and when he announced that retirement, I went through the list of things that a county executive has needed, and I checked off a lot of boxes. And then I talked with him, and he said it would be great. I have his endorsement going forward, too. So I love Kenosha County, and I want to continue to move us forward.
Thank you. It's a great question. I love the county, and growing up here and using my 22 years of experience as your state representative, county government is an arm of state government. So a lot of the things that I've done over the last 22 years resonates with the things that I want to continue to do for the Kenosha County area. Because, the crime doesn't stop just at our line. Workforce issues impact the entire county. When my parents last year needed resources, when they got their vaccine, they live in the town of Randall. It was a snowy day when Mom had to drive all the way in from western Kenosha County here to get her vaccine shot. So again, representing the needs of the entire county is something that I think is so critical. Using my 22 years when there is a problem, I know how to pick up the phone and call the right person. If it's getting resources from the federal government, state, or working together with our neighbors here at the local level. Thank you.
Anyone else? Questions?